I can't believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but we just got a whole bunch of insane news updates, images, and reveals from the head honchos themselves, the Duffer Brothers, and I'm letting you know right now, this news is really gonna shock you. Because not only that, they also gave us some very interesting story details, something that they've never done before, and a massive reveal about the finale. And y'all know me, if I get a little bit of crumbs, I'm gonna make a 5-star meal. Because friends don't lie, and either way, me and you know what we gotta do, we gotta talk about it. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But for real, Stranger Things Season 5 has graced the cover of Empire, where inside the magazine, they did an extensive interview with the Duffer Brothers themselves that revealed some very interesting things. Some might even say these things are stranger. But before we get into the details, they also reveal some images in the Empire magazine, and obviously this beautiful cover. They really got Eleven out here farming the most aura. She's stepping in the front row like, I got presents, I run shit here, you just live here. But I also absolutely love this cover for Empire. It's Vecna and Eleven basically looking like conjoined twins, but I love the upside down imagery for obvious reasons. Letting us know that this is what this series has always led up to. These two, villain, hero. And on top of that, we also got a new image of a Demogorgon, and oh my goodness, the visual effects this season are gonna be fire! But what's going on here? Is that Lucas on the ground? What has he stumbled upon? What's this lighting going on in the background? But my brother in Christ, it looks like they're gonna be making Elle the next big action star. It looks like she's gonna be getting her own Rocky training montage where she's just leveling up, flying. Tell me this don't look like the Jumpman logo. Jumpman, 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 Jumpman. And you gotta love the people that are just there admiring her work. And I'm pretty sure this is Mike and Murray, but I can't really tell. The image is a little blurry. But getting into the big details the Duffer Brothers revealed, the first thing they mentioned is the fact that Stranger Things Season 5 actually takes place 18 months after the events of Season 4. So I guess all of our prevailing theories of Season 5 picking up exactly where Season 4 left off, because it looks like Vecna's gonna be stuck in a queue before he attacks the real world. He might have loaded up into the wrong server and realized too late too. But I actually like that because that allows them to play with like the preparation phase of a big battle that they know is gonna be coming. And that would also make sense why class is still in fucking session. I remember looking at the trailers like, why do they still got class when the apocalypse is coming? So I have a feeling Season 5 is gonna feel like a doomsday approach, where they may or may not know the clock is ticking, have a guesstimate of when Vecna's gonna arrive, and hopefully they'll be ready for it. But I have a feeling that we're gonna lose some bodies. But moving on to the other massive reveals the Duffer Brothers gave us about the story. One of those is that Eleven is being hunted by a group called the Wolf Pack, led by a new scientist, Dr. K. The government's involvement is way heavier this time around. And I'm pretty sure we got an image of that included in this Empire magazine. I'll put that up on the screen right now. It's always these covert fucking military operations that want to ruin everything for everyone. But on top of that, Vecna is missing when the season starts. The gang's main mission is to find him while dodging a military quarantine trying to cover up the portal disaster from Season 4. And like I said earlier, this is just playing into the doomsday effect of like, they don't know when it's gonna happen, but they're ready for it. And all I know is when he pulls up, he gonna be on demon time. We've seen some shots of it in the trailer, and I just can smell the aura already. But on top of that, we learned that Max is still in a coma midway through the season, but clearly important. It's being implied that she'll be enlisted in a plan to fight the villain. If I had to guess, she still has somewhat of a connection to Vecna, given the circumstances of what happened, so she might be able to help with that aspect. And on top of that, we learned that the action is massive. Stuntmen are literally being thrown into the air, and the show is shot like a full-scale blockbuster, not just standard TV. And Finn Wolfhard even added the action is more physically demanding than ever. He even trained with a coach. I'm loving everything I'm hearing, and everything the trailers have shown us so far echo that statement. But on top of that, we learned that Barb's dead body shows up again on set, maybe in a vision or upside down flashback. Who was there for the hashtag Justice for Barb era? Let me know down below. But the Duffer Brothers also revealed the official runtimes for the first 4 episodes. Outside of episode 2, they're all at least an hour and 8 minutes long, and it looks like episode 2 might be the shortest of the entire season at 54 minutes. But we know for a fact the series finale will be around 2 hours long, and there will be no season 6. There might not even be spin-offs, as the story wraps up completely this season. Demogorgons, the Mind Flayer, Vecna, and Hawkins are all closed out. The table read even had the cast in tears. It's really just crazy to think about how far we've come with Stranger Things and how much it really means to us in the cultural zeitgeist. It really feels like Avatar. I say this every single time a new Stranger Things trailer comes out, because everyone complains about how long it takes for a new season to come out. But when it comes out, it just takes over everything, and you're reminded why you love this show so damn much. But on top of that, for all of you pocket watchers, Netflix reportedly spent up to $418 million just for these 8 episodes. Almost $500 million. So that makes each episode around $50 to $60 million, making it one of the most expensive seasons of television ever. And honestly, you can see that. You see all of that money on the screen. The Duffer Brothers also revealed a new filmmaking aspect they're going to be taking with this new season, and it's going to be scenes filmed through the perspective of a Demogorgon. They're going to be using a drone to show fight scenes from the perspective of a Demogorgon. They're calling it Demo Vision. I'm pretty sure we got a couple of shots of it in the trailer itself, and I absolutely love that. It just immerses you into the experience even more. The Duffer Brothers even tease an entire scene from season 5, saying, "Bang! Inside a dark military lab, a booming voice announces an unseen explosion. Millie Bobby Brown falls to the floor, blood trickling from her nose, sirens flashing above her as she curls up amid shattered glass and broken equipment. You hear footsteps coming from behind the door, closer, closer. Door opens, you see something, get up, cut! Dog, I love how they have Eleven moving this season. She ain't just an action hero like many of our 80s iconic stars, but she's borderline a fucking horror villain herself. A horror hero, horror protagonist. Like, just look at I've never seen Elle with this amount of aura. Inhale it. The Duffer Brothers also revealed that editing for season 5 is officially complete, saying that the last 35 to 40 minutes of the finale is an epilogue, which is the entire cast processing the end of the show and saying goodbye to their characters. It was emotional just to edit. These people weren't acting in that moment at all. And it is crazy that this show is all really finally coming to an end. I don't think I'll be able to feel it until I actually watch the finale, just like most of us, but like when that moment hits, you're gonna have that post Stranger Things depression, I'm telling you. Now, one final note, an interesting nugget that the Duffer Brothers revealed is that they wanted the finale to be played in theaters, but unfortunately this was shut down by Netflix's chief content officer, saying that Stranger Things has always been popular on Netflix, so why would they ever take that away? It's never suffered from that release model. It'll always have the conversation going, and you know, they're kind of right, but I'm also kind of sad that I'll never be able to see this on the big screen. But that also explains why the Duffer Brothers are finally leaving Netflix after season 5 of Stranger Things, because in case you forgot, they signed a massive new deal with Paramount to make movies and TV shows, and being able to release movies in theaters was their deal breaker. Because remember, if you're a true fan of cinema and film and filmmaking, you want to see it in the best possible format, on the big screen, in the loudest theater. At least for me personally, and a lot of people out there, they prefer the cinematic experience, and you know, nothing compares to the cinema. You know, we are in a day and age where a lot of people feel like they can recapture that feeling in their own home, and that's just never the case for me. So good on the Duffer Brothers. I'm excited to see where they take this next step in their career and what they create, because if it's anything like Stranger Things, you know it's going to be peak. And let's go ahead and end it off with a couple of theories that I have. I think the most obvious one that everyone has been clocking even before we even got any footage is that Will is going to have some type of connection with Vecna. Maybe he gets possessed, or maybe he's the key to defeating Vecna, along with Max, who's in a coma. But I also think we're going to run through the gamut of all of the villains from the Upside Down that we've seen. Not just Vecna, but the Mind Flayer, Demogorgons, Demogog, Demobats, greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, you name them, they're here. And you already know they're going to be dropping bodies this season. So who do you think is going to die? Do you think any of our main cast is going to die? If I had to put my money on it, I have a weird feeling that Elle is going to die. I also feel like the show is ultimately going to end up ending the way that a lot of us don't want it to end, but it makes the most sense. And then the fact that this has literally been a Dungeons and Dragons game this entire time, either through the eyes of Mike Wheeler or the eyes of 11, who is still in this, you know, facility, whatever the hell it may be, and the fact that she never even really had powers this entire time. I feel like it's going to be some type of twist like that for the ending, but let me know what you think. But that's all the new news and updates we got about Stranger Things Season 5. My thoughts, theories, and opinions. Let me know what you think about all of this news down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.